Yes, my Iyaloja Nuzomo, Edonebwahire. I greet you all. For days now, we all agree that it's been trending. Some taking it positive, some taking it negatively. But I want to believe this is because we do not know or we do not have the history of the Iyeki institution. I don't want now to talk about how the politicians polarized Ihueki, the institution called Ihueki. It is not a traders union coming to create traders welfare union. That is not Ihueki in Benin is Ihueki. Now, even though from the last administration to now, they try to make it, there is PDP Ihueki, there's APC Ihueki. Let us talk about the history. Who is Iyeki? I did something on it some months back when this whole thing of Madam Pastor Gio, Josephine, whatever, was coming up. Who is Iyeki? Iyeki is that woman chosen by the Ihueki to be their head and then presented to the palace, to the Oba of Benin. The palace will now look at her through the mirror of tradition and see if she is able and capable. The Iyeki must be spiritually alert, must be spiritually up and doing. Because every Eki that is instituted by the palace, by the Oba of Benin, has Aomeo, a shrine inside the market. Any market that does not have that Aomeo is a shopping mall, which means it is not Oba's market. I'm not saying it's not Oba market, it's not Oba's market. Because Oba Obueki, all the markets in Benin belong to the Oba. Despite that there is a particular one called Ekioba. It's called Ekioba because it used to be almost inside the palace. From the time of Oba Egwaye I in 1440, when we had a Mutan. Prior to that time, the market was even already there because that was where a Mutan had her shop. So the Iyeki has always been there. For as long as the fact that there has been a market in Benin, from the Ogiso time, because we have Eki Ogiso, Eki Agbado, Agbari, there has always been an Iyeki. It's like we have Odion Weeru, which is preserved for the male. We have Iyeki, preserved for the female. So, it is somewhat incomprehensible for somebody to come up and want to, in our own time, change the narrative. It's not possible. But what pains me now is that us, people that didn't come out when Josephine issue came out first, people who didn't think it was necessary to say something about it, people who didn't think it was good enough to mobilize people to protest against it, whether to the government house, to the House of Assembly, or even to the palace, are now coming. Yes, more like a Dose, more like a palace, more like Obase. When it was time to speak, you didn't speak. You are an accomplice. Okpiama gwa ye ke no na ke no gwa. Now that His Majesty has spoken, what is there again to speak about, to talk about? Are we now going to say something contrary? His Majesty does not need our support to say what he has to say, which he has said. Please. It is not so. Before His Majesty came out to speak, is the right time for us to have spoken, to have come out, protest against what was going on. Please, please, please. The Iyeki is an institution as old as Benin. You cannot change it. I cannot change it. No one can change it. Madam Pastor, whatever, I'm sorry, please go back to Lagos, where you grew up, where you have been, where you still live. That the Iyeki is not just a woman. It's a representative of the Oba of Benin in the market. And so has her obligations and duties to perform in the market on a daily basis. Will you, Madam Josephine, come to serve Awomeo in the market? Or you think we can have an Odionweye in a village who cannot perform the duties of Odionweye in Ogwedion because he wants to carry the Bible? It's the same thing. In every market, the Iyeki is like the Odionweye of that market. And so she must perform all the spirituality of the market. Please. So, those of you that didn't have time to speak out before His Royal Majesty came up with the hammer on the matter, don't speak now. Those of you that didn't have time to mobilize to protest when Josephine came up first months ago, do not protest now. His Majesty has spoken, and that is final.
Even if out of desperation she agrees that she can perform some of those rituals that Iyeki perform in various marketplaces, is she chosen by the gods? That is another question everybody needs to ask. All the Iyeki did not choose themselves. They have processes through which they are being chosen by the gods. And as for some persons who are saying, take Ukpewulu out of whatever is happening, that Ukpewulu is not aware, how are you going to defend this video that Ukpewulu is not aware? Whether anybody like it or not, he is the number one citizen of the state. He should know better. He should be the one to have advised this same Tinubu's daughter that Benin City is a no-go area when it comes to some certain issues that they do accept who climb and sink out there in Lagos. We have our ways of doing things. Edo, not be Lagos. We have our ways of doing things. There's no way you can bring whatever you believe over there in Lagos and beginning to impose it on us here, and you expect us just to keep quiet and let it slide. This is what makes us the cradle of black civilization. This is what makes our kingdom so thick that up to how many years now, we are still waxing stronger. You should have asked better, or rather, Upewulu should have told you that if it can happen elsewhere, settling not in this kingdom. Anyway, whatever you think, drop your comment in the comment section. Once again, share and follow the page. For the record, the Benins, both at home and in diaspora, has spoken. Is dead on arrival. Iyeki is Iyeki. There's nothing like Iyaloja in the Edo land, and it's not going to stand.